Bora, what was your MO in making this deal for Presley at this to send Presley to the Cubs at this point?
Yeah, I said at the outset that we wouldn't take anything off the table, and a big thing, what I'm trying to do here is as we build to compete in the present, we're also looking toward the future. And so when you get an opportunity to acquire a young arm like Juan Bello, uh, it's just it's one of those opportunities that, when you look down for starters toward the future, this guy's got a chance to be really good. He throws a lot of strikes. He can mix his pitches. There's some upside to velocity. And so as we compete in the present, we're also building for the future.
Hi, Dana. How would you characterize kind of the state of your bullpen going into this season now with Presley gone?
Yeah, I mean, we have some young guys that we believe can step it up. We have guys like Ort, we have guys like King, you have guys like Scott, and of course, you have Abreu that can take over the eighth inning. He's been outstanding. He's got power stuff. And, of course, you have Hader on the back end. So we still feel strongly about our bullpen. I think that was one of our strengths. And so, as I said, we're continuing to build for the future as we continue to compete in the present.
Dana, how would you describe your relationship with Presley last season?
Yeah, I mean, I think the relationship, took a slightly different turn. Anytime you take a major league player out of a role where they feel comfortable, I think it's going to fracture your relationship some. I think we continue to communicate. He was a true professional, and I, kept it real as a true professional myself. And so ultimately, I wouldn't say it was the same as when we first met. I think, there was some frustration, which I would totally understand from a competitor. You're moving a guy out of position who felt like he didn't deserve to lose his job. And, because you acquired, another elite closer like a Hader. And so, the whole purpose in doing all that was to really lock down the back end. And so I know in his heart of hearts, he wanted to close. And so, we've had conversations about it. And so I would definitely say that, things were different, but we kept it professional and, we got through it.
As a follow-up, how much did that impact you trading him? I mean, did you feel like the relationship was to a point where you basically had to trade him?
No, not at all. I mean, as I said, Presley has been a true professional. He accepted the role, even though he felt like, he still could close. I know he's going to get the opportunity to close in Chicago. And so, I felt like we had, some extra relievers. And if this is an opportunity where, we could free up some money and also, build for the future, I thought this was, that opportunity. And so, mainly, as I said, I got my present hat on and my future hat on, and I'm working both sides.
Dana, you mentioned some of the bullpen guys that were up with you at the end of last year, but are there any guys that weren't up with you that you're really looking to see take a step during spring to maybe get a roster spot?
Yeah, I mean, you have guys like Van Way, who you think could be, make some type of impact at some point this year. You have the young guy in Whitley who's got power stuff. You're looking for Whitley to take the big jump forward. So we do have some young arms that we feel, are coming as well. And ultimately, building this thing, you want these power arms on the back end, and you want to give these young players some opportunity. And we feel like this is a good time to do that.
Yeah, this move obviously clears some payroll space for you guys. As you look at the flexibility that you have right now, what is a realistic sort of addition that you can still make as the offseason goes on?
Yeah, we're working through that right now. I mean, I don't have an answer for you right now, but we are working through it. As I mentioned before, it'd be nice to get a left-hand bat. That would be, sort of a priority. But we are, weighing all the options on the free agent market, and we're taking a real close look at it, taking a deep dive.
Hi, Dana. I think it's been a couple of days since you've been asked this. Have you guys had any conversations with Jose about playing the outfield, and do you expect him to log any reps there this offseason?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think Jose will get some reps at second and also in left. We could see what it looks like. I just think that we're trying to create some versatility in the lineup, and that would give us some freedom and flexibility to potentially make another move. And so, we're not taking anything off the table. We're weighing all the options. We'll see what it looks like in left field, uh, with understanding that he's going to play some second base or be at second base quite often, depending on what the coaching staff comes up with. But we're not taking anything off the table in terms of seeing what he looks like in left field.
Just to be clear, Altuve, are you saying Altuve would play left field if you guys don't make another addition? Like, is that something you guys are exploring with the roster as is, regardless of whether you guys add anything else?
I would think for the most part it would be with an addition. But look, if we put him in left and he starts to work out there and it looks good, it may give us some flexibility and versatility in our lineup. But initially, I would say, look, if we have a chance to make some additions, it's nice to see what he looks like in left field. So I think that's probably more of the thought process. But if he looks good out there, we could actually leave him out there and improve at second base as well. But I think more so it's, based on some of our thought process when it comes to additions.
Dana, how would you characterize the current state of your negotiations with Alex Bregman and Scott Boras?
Yeah, so I think mostly, we've talked internally about, him still being available. And so we are definitely having conversations within our front office. We haven't reached back out to Boras. At some point, it could turn to that. I know that we're taking a deep look at what it would look like if we acquired him, and how would it look for us financially? Does it make sense to do it? We know that he's a talented player. We'd love to have him, but I would mostly say it's all internal conversations as to what we would like to do in terms of Bregman.
Just to follow up and clarify there, when you say you haven't reached back out to Boras, is that since December, or when was your last? I guess when was the organization's last contact with him regarding Bregman?
Well, I owe Boras a call. He sent me a text, today, so I'll probably end up getting back to him. But I would leave it at that.